In the shadow of a world at war, a new kind of conflict was raging. It wasn't fought with tanks or planes, but with whispers and secrets carried on invisible radio waves. At the heart of this silent battle stood a formidable adversary, the German Enigma machine. To its creators, it was a masterpiece of engineering, a fortress of cryptography believed to be utterly unbreakable. The Enigma machine was more than just a piece of hardware. It was the key to Germany's military might. Its complex system of rotating wheels and electrical circuits could transform any message into a dizzying puzzle of jumbled letters. With its codes changing every single day, it gave an immense strategic advantage, cloaking troop movements, naval operations, and high-level commands in a veil of secrecy. For the Allies, it was a wall of silence that threatened to cost them the war. But as Enigma sent its coded secrets across the airwaves, a quiet revolution was beginning, one that would be fought not on the battlefield, but in the minds of a few brilliant individuals. A revolution that would ultimately change the course of history itself. Imagine trying to solve a puzzle with millions, even billions, of possible solutions, and the puzzle itself changes every single day. That was the staggering challenge facing Allied intelligence. Each time an Enigma operator typed a letter, an electrical current passed through a series of rotors, scrambling it into a different letter, with multiple rotors that could be set in countless starting positions and a plugboard that swapped letters before the scrambling even began. The number of potential combinations was astronomical. For the analysts listening in on these encrypted messages, it was like hearing a language from another dimension. They had the messages, but they were completely meaningless, a stream of random characters. The task seemed not just difficult, but fundamentally impossible, yet the Allies knew that behind this wall of gibberish lay the enemy's most vital secrets. So, in the quiet English countryside, an extraordinary team was assembled. At a secluded estate known as Bletchley Park, mathematicians, linguists, chess champions, and crossword puzzle experts gathered in secret. Their mission was to do what everyone believed couldn't be done, to break the unbreakable enigma. Among the brilliant minds at Bletchley Park, one stood out for his visionary, almost eccentric, genius, Alan Turing, a young mathematician with ideas far ahead of his time. Turing looked at the enigma problem not as a matter of simple code breaking but as a challenge of logic and mechanics. He realized that trying to defeat a machine with human minds alone was a losing battle. The sheer speed and complexity of Enigma required a machine to fight a machine. Turing proposed a radical idea, an electromechanical device that could simulate the workings of thousands of Enigma machines at once. This machine would churn through potential settings at incredible speed, hunting for contradictions in the encrypted text that would reveal the day's key. His concept, initially called the Turing machine, would evolve into a powerful reality known as the bomb. The bomb was a behemoth of whirry gears, spinning drums, and clicking relays, a symphony of mechanical thought. It didn't solve the code in one go. Instead, it rapidly tested thousands of possibilities, narrowing them down until human analysts could find the correct one. Day and night, teams of operators, many of them young women from the Women's Royal Naval Service, worked in shifts. They listened to the constant clatter of the bombs, often with no idea of the true significance of the strange letter combinations the machines occasionally spat out. They were just one small part of a vast, secret operation, a human and mechanical collaboration against the clock. By 1941, after years of painstaking effort, trial, and error, the tide began to turn. The combination of captured codebooks, clever analytical techniques, and the computational power of the bomb machines led to the first major breakthroughs. The silence was broken. Suddenly, messages that were once unintelligible noise started to become clear sentences. German orders, reports, and plans were laid bare for Allied command to see. The impact was immediate and profound. In the brutal Battle of the Atlantic, where German U-boats were sinking supply ships at an alarming rate, the ability to read Enigma messages was a game-changer. Allied convoys could be rerouted away from lurking U-boat wolfpacks. Naval commanders could anticipate enemy movements and set traps. It was as if the Allies had a spy in the German high command. This wasn't a single eureka moment, but a continuous, grinding effort, every day. The codebreakers at Bletchley Park had to start over, racing against time to find the new daily key. It was a relentless intellectual battle, won through thousands of small, incremental victories, each one achieved in total secrecy by people who would receive no public recognition for their work. The intelligence gleaned from breaking Enigma, codenamed Ultra, was perhaps the single greatest secret of the Second World War. Its effect on the conflict was monumental. Historians now estimate that the access to this high-level intelligence shortened the war by at least 2 to 4 years, saving countless lives on all sides, from the deserts of North Africa, where Rommel's supply lines were targeted, to the planning of the D-Day landings in Normandy. Ultra-intelligence gave the Allies an almost unbelievable advantage. They knew where the enemy would be, what their strengths were, and what they planned to do next. But this incredible power came with a heavy burden. The success of the entire operation depended on absolute secrecy. If the Germans ever suspected Enigma had been compromised, they would change the system, and the advantage would be lost overnight. This meant that sometimes information couldn't be acted upon directly for fear of revealing the source. It was a delicate balancing act. The victory at Bletchley Park was so closely guarded that the story remained classified for decades after the war ended. The men and women who worked there went back to their normal lives, bound by the Official Secrets Act, unable to tell even their closest family what they had done. Their triumph wasn't in weapons or military might. It was in the pure, unadulterated power of information. The legacy of the Enigma Codebreakers extends far beyond the end of the Second World War. These unsung heroes, who worked tirelessly in quiet huts, changed history without any fanfare or parades. Their work not only shortened a global conflict but also laid the very foundations of our modern digital world. Alan Turing's theoretical concepts and the practical application of machines like the bomb were pioneering steps in the development of the computer. The principles of processing information, searching for patterns, and automating complex logical tasks were born out of the necessity of breaking Enigma. Today, every time you use a computer, send a secure message, or protect your data online, you are benefiting from the intellectual groundwork laid at Bletchley Park. The fields of computer science, artificial intelligence, and modern cybersecurity all have roots in this secret wartime effort. The story of Enigma is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most profound changes in history, the most decisive battles, are not won with brute force, but with intellect, collaboration, and the power of a good idea. It inspires us to recognize that courage can be quiet, and heroes can be hidden. This is the incredible story of the Enigma Code, a hidden war, won not on the battlefield, but in the minds of brilliant men and women. It was a victory powered by mathematics, perseverance, and the belief that no puzzle is truly unsolvable. Their silent success shaped the world we live in today. Thank you for watching this episode of WW2 Chronicles. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more true stories that changed our world.